Hi, my name's Sam Pansina from Fat Audio Concepts, and you're watching NSayne TV, the show about modified cars and custom car audio systems. Mention NSayne TV for the month of June 2009 and receive a 15% discount on any head unit purchased from our store. On today's show, we're going to have a look at a couple more cars from the MEASQ competition. We'll have a look around the workshop, see what's happening in here. We'll also talk about some future cruises and answer some viewers' questions. But first, let's see what Brett has for us in the Brett Files. The Brett Files. The Brett Files. I want more bass in my car. I need it to sound fully sick, bro. I want my bass to go chick chick boom. So I'm going to speak to the bass experts, Brett at Fat Audio Concepts. Let's have a chat to him. Hey, Brett.
Yes.
I want more bass in my car. What do I do?
Is this for the Brett Files?
Yes, that means you're going to snatch the microphone.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Brett. I'm from Fat Audio Concepts, and this is the Brett Files.
And I'm Stupid Sam.
Yes, subwoofer. That's what you want.
What does the subwoofer do to my car?
It gives you that really deep bass that you feel and hear.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, how do I know what bass to go for? Like, if I said I want a sub box, what would you tell me? Like,
Well, first I'd probably ask what sort of music you listen to. What sort of music do you listen to?
bit of everything.
You know what? Every time I ask someone, they say bit of everything.
So even though I like dance, but I like R&B, but I really like everything except country and or western.
Country and or western.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, look, if you like a pretty much every sort of music, I would recommend a sealed box. The sealed boxes are a really smooth sound. Build the box the right size, give it the right amount of power, and it'll crank.
That sounds so far fully sick.
Fully sick.
I've heard of ported boxes. What are ported boxes for?
Well, ported boxes work really well for if you're more into your R&B or your music with really deep bass. The port basically tunes the box and it'll play the best at that tuned frequency.
So if I wanted a chick chick boom instead of a chick chick boom, I'd go for a ported
You would definitely go with the ported box.
Cool. No, I like sound quality and I like to listen to all ranges, so I think we'll stick with sealed.
Stick with sealed. You can still build a sound quality box in a ported box. It takes a lot more work, a lot of playing around with getting it sounding right, and you got to have the right amount of power as well. Good thing with a sealed box, if you've got a little bit of power, you can make the box a little bit bigger. If you've got heaps of power, you can make it a little bit smaller, tailor to suit the amplifier you're running in the car. Now, there's also another type of box which is called a band pass box.
Is that like when you drive past the band?
Okay, a band pass box, sorry about that, is basically a subwoofer sitting in a box and it fires into another box. This isn't a band pass box, this is actually a sealed box. I'll show you this one in a second.
That looks really cool. What's that for anyway?
Well, this sealed box, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay. A band pass box basically is exactly what it sounds like. It will let certain frequencies come out and it cuts them off basically via the tuning. Again, really tailored to deep bass. If you haven't got a lot of room in the car, you can build a nice small band pass box. Especially if you've got like a ute, an earlier Commodore ute, like a VN to VS Commodore ute, you can actually build a band pass box underneath the floor underneath the tray and port it in through one of the factory inspection holes in the car.
I've seen those behind the passenger seat, behind the driver's seat. There's a couple of little plates there.
That's it.
And that leads into the fuel tank area behind the tray in the back.
Yep.
And you can build like a two-step box where one sub shoots into another box which then ports into your car.
That's right.
That's called a band pass.
That's called a band pass box.
Wow, I've learned something today. No thumbs. I've
No
learned
thumbs.
something today. Cool.
Getting back to this box here.
Yes.
This is actually a sealed box. It's quite a large sealed box. We're putting this into the green VE ute that you may have seen.
Oh, the Maloo. That thing is...
The thing with the really big brakes. This is basically built to sit behind the driver's seat. Being a ute, there's not a lot of room in the car. So the box will actually sit the way it is right now in the car. And it's what we call a floor-loaded sub, where if I tilt this over, it's a bit heavy.
Wow.
You'll see there. It's not a round hole. It's an oval hole. It's for Boston's SPG 555, which is this subwoofer right here.
I believe that's one you prepared earlier.
It is one I prepared earlier. It's an incredible subwoofer. Sounds amazing.
They're a pure SQ sub, aren't they? I've heard about SQ subs. But...
They are an SQ sub, but they do also play quite loud, and I'm hoping once we power this thing up, it's going to be getting close to around 1,000 watts RMS, which is a fair bit of power.
He's running one of those big Boston GT28s, isn't he?
He is. It's a very big amplifier.
He's going to have 1,000 watts RMS without even trying.
Lots of power, but it's clean power. The amplifier's not going to struggle at all to produce that power at all.
Can I ask for a huge favour?
Go.
In a future Brett file, can you explain to me what RMS is?
I could do that.
Stay tuned to the Brett files if you want to learn about RMS of speakers and amps.
But yeah, this is the box for the VE.
So we're going sealed, shooting
lots
into
of power,
the floor.
shooting into the floor. It's actually angled, doesn't shoot parallel into the floor.
So no cancellation sort of thing?
No cancellations. We've got a loading board here, which is not carpeted, so it's not going to absorb any of the bass, and that'll help basically propel the sound straight out of the box into the cabin.
That's going to make this car sound fully sick, bro. Woo!
Cool.
Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
I'm going to go and get myself a sealed box.
Hang on. I'm Brett, and that was the Brett Files, and we'll see you next week. There you go.
I want my sealed box. I'll be back. Thanks for that, Brett. That was awesome as per usual. Very educational. But now let's pick up where we left last week at the MEASQ comp. Let's have a look at a few more cars.
You're watching NSayne TV. I'm here with Phil Kent, the owner and director and manager and salesperson and everything.
The
big cheese of RM Audio, the distributors of Morel, Audison, Hertz
and
Connections. Yes. This is his daily driver, his demo vehicle. For the, what products have you got in the car?
Well, this car features all the latest in the Audison range. This is the Thesis range of speakers and amplifiers, and of course using the connection wiring kits through the car.
Yeah.
And what we're running is the Thesis TH1, Duo and Quattro with the Thesis speaker range.
Nice. Obviously the Morel and Audison products all come from?
Well, the Morel products come from Israel. All the Audison and Hertz products come from Italy.
Okay, cool. Well, and you've also got a fairly functional boot still?
Yes, one of the main criteria was we had to retain some functionality in the boot. It wasn't an option to go the full fiberglass crazy install. Whereas this way we've lost about half the boot.
And I noticed there's no amps in the boot?
No. One of the things we wanted to do was keep it as a stealth install as much as possible. The only thing visible in the boot, as you can see, is the subwoofers. All the amplifiers are on an amplifier rack behind the back seats, and from a security aspect, it's much more secure as well.
Yeah. And you've obviously got in the side here, you've got some power distribution going on in there?
Yep, we're using the connection power distribution system with the connection capacitor. One of the reasons we use a capacitor is it takes out the AC ripple, which is part of a problem in sound quality cars. But we've also managed to retain things like the spare wheel and all the tools and things that come with the car under the floor, which normally a lot of people lose.
Absolutely. They're the three amplifiers you were talking about earlier?
Yep. All functions of the amplifiers can be controlled from the front through the DRC, which is part of the Bit 1 system.
Okay.
So via the DRC we can check temperature, we can check what they're running in terms of, is it a tweeter, is it a woofer, is it a mid-range. We can check the temperature of the amplifiers, what class they're running, whether it be Class A, high current, A, B, or energy saver mode.
Wow.
Energy saver mode is something that was incorporated into the Thesis amplifier so that at a show, say like this, you could run the car for an extended period of time whilst not having the total sound quality aspect of the amplifier. You can run it for a long time without absolutely killing the batteries. And we've already actually killed the optimum battery once while tuning the car.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was as flat as a tack.
Yeah. And obviously you've got some custom pods there on the A-pillars.
Yep. Paul Graham of in Sydney, ex-Alpine.
Yes. Absolute guru.
Yes. Paul built these pods for